Hello, here we are on Yukon. We've got game number 2 in the Riders of the Black Horse versus Bread Not Included set of the first Coliseum tournament. This is game number 2, so Bread, who lost the last match, has chosen Yukon, and both teams have Swamp Faction. So Team 1, ANS, Bread Not Included, Slayer, Papa J, Flard, and Vastal. Team 2, Riders of the Black Horse, Mungo Parker, Captain Chaos, Crow, and Dramus. I'm joined in the caster box with Not So Lone Wolf and Xenophon.
Hello.
Hello.
We were spitballing in the pregame about who's going to be bringing what, and I think the short answer to that is we don't know. Pro rocking a plasma liner? Alright, now I really don't know.
No, Crow has that fleet with the... No, okay, different fleet than I was thinking.
Plasma liner, 250, and the plasma liner has hundreds on some of the side mounts. And then a Bloodhound plus AMMs. Wow, these are some expensive bulk raiders. Yeah, there's a lot of S1s, some chaff, presumably a ton of
this
internals
is
as well.
this is interesting. This is very Acello and monitor heavy team here.
Mungo Parker rocking double Acela. Alright, let's go down in order. Dramus, 450 Acela, 250 underslung, lots of point defense, and some anti-jam support with an EWR monitor with some decoy missiles on it? No, actual combat containers, okay. As well as a small armada of gun shuttles, some jamming support for capping. Mungo Parker rocking double 450 SLOs with 250s on the small mount. The and 450 SLOs. Interesting to see these combos. He's also got secondary batteries, Mark 62s. Where is this? I'm not seeing it on the ship.
Pinpoint and bullseye.
All around the ship. Oh, I see. The Mark 62's on the back. Got it. And then Xenophon has pinpoint and a bullseye. I guess a little redundancy. I'm not sure what that's about. No floodlights on these though. And Captain Chaos with a dispersed monitor fleet. What is this? Oh, I see. These are in 2 squadrons, and the way they're set up, it's bouncing me back and forth across the map. What I'm looking to. 2 pairs, 2 groups of 3 of 450 and 100 monitors. Now let's look at, oh man, ANS team does not have very many ships. Lard's got double fighting voxels with S2Hs in the backpack and is supportive of 1 jam sprinter. Pop J's also got double fighting voxels, but has S1s on the back, presumably just chaff actually, yeah. With a few tapping map control support sprinters. They got guns on them. Slayer is bringing 1 single missile voxel, which is ballsy as hell in a tournament setting.
It's already got 1 salvo inbound to E.
Mad respect. And Vastal has double broadside 450 Axfords that are going to be playing together and have really strong point defense. Let's take a look at this missile strike. Oh, AMMs. 1 gets through. Not gonna be enough. This is gonna get the echo cap. And that was, how expensive was that?
4 S2Hs.
Yeah, that's not too bad. He's got, so 62 S2H. Alright. So the primary armament of this thing is S2H, and then there are 2 S3H. Or who knows. Also spelled Poseidon wrong, which is gonna really bother me for the rest of the game. Big S2H strike. Oh man. Alright, we're gonna focus on this ship because this cruise missile voxel is one kind of my favorite build archetype. So I'm a little biased there. But more importantly, whether or not this succeeds or fails is gonna have a huge impact on the game, because if this can down another fleet, that's a big deal. If it does nothing and is a waste of 3,000 points, that is also a big deal. Big missile strike coming out here on Alpha. Kills off both capping shuttles for the point. That's pretty big. So OSP doesn't have very many capping shuttles to be losing. There's another strike coming out on Echo. The Saltpeter looks to be stuck on the point. Or at the very least, Ramus isn't moving it away. And it's probably going to die to this strike. Unless these get aimed in again, we'll see.
The like, it's also this like missile like cruiser is also gonna be very feast or famine just because of the makeup of the OSP team. They've got a lot of monitors which are very vulnerable to missiles, but they also have a bunch of Ocellos which are very much not vulnerable. So
And these
picking the targets is going to be very important there.
Indeed. And taking out all these capper ships is a really important job of a missileer and can help a lot. Since you give up so much map presence, destroying your opponent's map presence is really important. And he's doing that quite effectively.
Yeah, OSP's already lost 3 out of 5 of their shuttles, which is pretty bad.
The ANS not really sure where they want to go. Looking to sight up on Alpha. Yeah, and Papa J is moving some some sprinters in to cap point. OSP has decent Overwatch, but not amazing. Most of the Overwatch is with 450 ships, so these are not going to perform very well against the sprinters.
Chaos needs to get his monitors with the T-30s in range there. Those can deny the sprinters with Grape.
Just in general, this team has a lot of heavy firepower, and I think they're going to struggle against these voxels.
Okay, here comes the T-30s.
Firing AP, I think? No, that's HE, that's HE. Track accuracy isn't great.
Just as the OSP sent 2 small ships to die on A, now the ANS sends 2 small ships to die on A.
Yeah. Alright, got a lock now. This thing is going down real fast. Switching fire to the Eleanor. Nifredil isn't quite dead. Let's zoom out a little bit, see what's going on the rest of the map. Nothing's going on the rest of the map. It's all about this alpha point. Switching fire. ANS going to be able to secure the alpha cap, which is a problem for the OSP.
I will note that our ANS has literally nothing on the entire BD side of the map. So B is a totally free cap, and I think that's probably what Ramus is pushing the graphite forward to do. Maybe not, actually. I don't know where this is going.
Eleanor trying to get away from the point. And it's not going to be able to escape. 3 monitors worth, 100 mil plus everything else.
Oh, we have a coordinated S2H launch, 1 from the missile CL and 2 from backpacks. On other CLs, I don't know where they're going though.
They're going in
These
different
might be, and unless these are crews, these have just missed. These backpack
Guards, I'm
missiles.
pretty sure, are not crews, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so that's a bit of a waste there. Where's this other pack going?
Oh, Auroras are gonna completely deny that strike.
Yeah. S2H can be tuned to pin through bastions, but they can't really deal with Auroras unless they're in huge volumes, and 1 voxel isn't going to be able to put out enough volume for that. Chaos is up on Delta. Looks like he's rotating over the top of the map. It would be... It's a shame they don't have more EWRs and can point something at Bravo and see that that is open and can just go in there and grab that. But ANS is going to be able to get a lot of benefit out of just stacking on this side since OSP isn't punishing their lack of presence on the Bravo Delta side.
Although the missile CL is moving over. Actually, not sure how far it's going, but it's definitely going in the direction of Bravo.
It's going over here. Might be afraid from a lower Echo side flank. This is kind of the missile spot that you instantly counter missile if you suspect your opponent is missiling. But OSP doesn't have any cruise missile capability, so he doesn't have to worry about that. See how hard he commits to that, though. A little bit of a lull here. Both teams. You know, INS secures Alpha. They don't need to push. They can back off. And OSP either needs to get into a better position for that, or
Oh,
push somewhere else.
Flard's moving on the other side. They've spotted Chaos's 3 monitors. And now they're spotted themselves by the EWR, so Chaos knows what's coming.
Blue strike coming out.
So it's funny. I think I recognize this light cruiser build from Florida because I actually made this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, actually, okay, he has changed one module, but otherwise I did make this, yeah.
I also can't help but
Missiles are the
notice that
same
one of
everything.
them is called the Ruby of Addy, which is the old Task Force Birch name before I renamed them this in this update.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, this is the place to send all the missiles because there's no Cellos here to defend these monitors, and they're just gonna get brutalized.
Yeah. A couple bastions is not enough. This will perform great against S2s, but not S2Hs that have been properly tuned. That's one monitor down. Yeah, this is a free kill. You don't even need to fire that many missiles over here. Maybe one more strike on the Ritzy Beige. And then
this
that
is
250 can just clean it all up.
This is funny. A random container is flying out into the middle of the map, presumably to draw out RPF strikes, which is exactly what it's doing.
Nice.
Travis just has this one little cheeky container stack on his EWR monitor. That's funny.
Whoa, HEKP.
Oh,
Right down the spine of that monitor.
yeah, these monitors are dead. They're gone.
Mega toast, dude.
OSP is advancing forward, maybe going to take A, although there's a lot of 450 fire coming in from these double Axfords, this Task Force Oak here.
Definitely rooting for ANS. I want another match. These are 2 out of 3 if OSP wins it. That's the set.
These Axfords are pretty greedy on their point defense, but OSP doesn't have any missiles, so it's going to pay off for them.
Oh man, I didn't look closely at these because this is what I looked at right before that missile strike on Echo. But holy shit, you're not kidding about PD greed. Oh my god, that is so risky.
I mean, they have 2 rapid cycles, but
That ain't enough.
still though.
No, 2
Like-
rapid cycles is plenty for rebound max.
Well,
It's
I
just,
know,
it's
but
not
I
the
know,
containers,
There's
but
one
They've only got
rebound
the
aside.
2. They've only got the 2 rebounds, right? And one defend. I don't know. Like, I feel like you either go like all full rebound or I don't know.
they've got 4 rebounds each.
I suppose, but they're not bow tanking missiles. They're not bow tanking, so it's effectively just 2 per side. Yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know, Chief. I would go 2 defender, 1 stonewall, but that's a lot of points, right?
As we said, sometimes gambles pay off. Black Horse, in general, is kind of a direct fighting team. We don't really do the missile thing that much. So, I mean, I don't think Red knows this, but it's pay off. I don't know. Crow likes to whip out cheeky missile builds from time to time.
So I guess Sorry, go ahead.
Voxel's clearing up the monitors on Delta side. Leave that wide open. So what is the question, Wolf?
Well, I was gonna say 2 Axfords versus 3 Ocellos, who wins, but now these light cruisers are joining the party, and I can't help but notice, but Chaos's other monitors back here are not joining the party, which they really need to. They need to get those C-65s into action, or this is probably gonna be a loss for the Ocellos. Well, they're pulling back into cover, but they really need to take A, right? They're so close. They need to effectively suppress the Alliance ball back here, and for that they need those monitors. I don't know why they're hanging back.
They're trying to move in Rel and are struggling to do so. Meanwhile, Crow making a push onto Charlie with the LNs. Charlie completely open. ANS focusing on the Bravo, Delta, and Alpha triangle of the map.
The enemy is securing.
Oh no, we have S38 staging onto the dead shuttles. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Womp womp. Decoy S3H HEKP. Wow, that is extremely expensive. I think those might have been cluster decoys too.
The shuttle's dead.
It is certainly a dead shuttle. Nobody gonna be salvaging that after the battle.
Oh wait, Crow's taking C. I didn't notice that.
That's what I was saying. Are gonna be some missiles headed up Crow's way. But this fool brings AMMs out the wazoo. Gonna do a great job of handling those hybrids. Very nice.
They're down to only 10 AMMs, but they're still alive. The light cruisers have realized their mistake in uncovering C, and they're moving back. Oh, wait, what?
Crow retreated off the point.
No, you didn't take it yet. You really should have.
Needs to stick
I
it.
don't know.
Yeah, should have stuck it and left.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, this might be a fucking Giga Galaxy brain play. Because Crow has been a distraction, has pulled the voxels up to Charlie, and they've kind of given up Alpha control. Dramus able to push onto Alpha with the Acello.
That's exactly what's happening. Okay.
Phenomenal play from Riders of the Black Horse.
Team 2 confirmed larger brain than me. Holy shit.
Masterfully executed, man. I would really like to be in that voice comm.
The enemy secured.
Of course, this Acello is now going to die a very painful death to these Axfords, but
with the voxels being pulled off, the Axfords are eating a lot of 450 AP fire.
The enemy is securing zone Comet.
But the Acello taking far more punishment than the Axfords are. Wow, like a lot more punishment than the Axfords are. What the hell?
The enemy
Crow's other liner is also coming up here to take on these light cruisers.
No, I think you need a full retreat. Not this half retreat business. Crow back onto Charlie.
well, now the Axfords are really split. Like their attention is split.
Boots taking a lot of fire. It's surviving pretty effectively though. It's shifting to bow tank. It's gonna pull a gun off the line. Yeah, fighting 3 Acellos. And he sells the Axfords keep switching which Acello they're firing at, which is extremely questionable. The voxel team on Bravo Delta side is going to be able to cap Delta before too long. OSP has absolutely nothing to challenge that. They've also lost Echo.
The monitors are going there to deal with it. I mean, another dead shuttle though here. Actually, well, maybe if it's followed up on Echo.
Cordite's going to be able to get the point and probably cap it before it dies, but it is going to be trapped there forever for its trouble.
ANS, or OSP, sorry, is however going to be able to back cap Bravo because they have a sneaky little shuttle hidden.
What, the graphite? Ooh, yeah. Yes, they are.
Well, it's not moving right now, and if it does move, it can possibly get killed by the missiles, so... So it's not guaranteed, but yeah, it is still there.
Yeah, the timing of this is going to have to be very particular. Although, take a look at Slayer's missile count. Down to 2 S2H. That is not enough.
Oh.
And 31, presumably AMMs, might be offensive S1s. The name like Scorpion. Why is my spacebar not working? Okay, there we go. So we might be able to pull off this Echo Cap with the Cordite. Yeah, the monitor is now getting and firing at the Saragon. One monitor is, anyways. The others are... Oh, the others are staying up top and...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a good choice now to split off only the one, but all 3 of them moved back there, and then he only made the choice to split off, like, later.
Yeah,
Dagger.
I feel like it's a mistake. Like, these monitors really, they just have been back here the whole match. I don't know what the plan was there, but I feel like, yeah. I'm not a super fan of their positioning. I love their loadouts. I love the C65 loadout, but the positioning I feel like could have been a bit better. Although, what's going on with the main fight here, I guess?
One
Maybe they'll win
Axford
without
in
it.
big trouble. Another Axford
OSP might
basically
win,
fine.
yeah.
It has no restores, so it
OSP
can't get off Ox.
is bruised, but they haven't lost really any combat capability. I mean, the reloads on one of the on one of the SLOs is probably slower due to its... Oh, it's only got one grayed out ammo elevator. Oh, man. And that's in big trouble.
Also
They're-
getting caught out by 450 at close range.
Oh, exactly what you said would happen. The little shuttle that could is going for the B back cap.
The Arendelle.
Yep.
Eating 450 AP in the nose. That thing's gonna die real quick. ANS is up by 100 points, but they are also down a cap, and they're about to be down 2 caps. The Lutz looks like it's heading over to Bravo. I don't think it's intentionally heading to that point, but it's just trying to get cover and repair, but it will be able to capture that point when the graphite gets on there, or counter the cap. Contest,
The enemy
that's
is
the word.
securing zone boxer.
Well,
I don't know
the
if it's
Lutz
gonna be
isn't
fast
armed.
enough.
It's only got Ox steering.
Oh, I did not see that. Yeah, that's a problem.
There's light cruisers moving over the big wall to maybe join the fight on A. So they could have a good shot into the the Acello's flanks if they move fast.
They are getting seen, though. They're firing at the EWR monitor, which is definitely a good choice. But yeah, backline flanking Voxel. Very strong, very dangerous, very powerful. Bonk! Absolutely demolishing that EWR monitor, and they'll be able to switch to the Voxels as soon as they can get line of sight on them. Which they actually have that now. It might be a range thing. Yeah, I think that's like 9 kilometers. More like 10. It's pretty far.
The enemy secured zone boxer.
OSP hard pushing these voxels, and it's working. Arendelle, which has been softened up by the 450 fire, is now eating plasma and 250 in the flank. It's going down real fast. This team's got the L-Wing remaining. And the Acellos immediately switch. Great game Saints. Battle Riders of the Black Horse. Arendelle isn't dead, but they know it's out of the fight. It hasn't really smoked. It's got no bells. They can feel it. OSP also manages to secure a cap on Bravo before the Lutz can even get on the point. Shuttle's gonna have to stay there. But that's fine. All it's shooting at it is 450. It'd be nice if it was orbit dodging. Then it'd really be dodging that 450. The experts have been more or less pushed out of the fight. And now the unsupported voxels are getting torn to pieces. Owing backs up. Big S2H strike in the back line, but that's going into 3 Acellos. There's no way this does anything, right?
Yeah. No. Oh, well, actually,
Hey, 2 got through! And those are HEKP!
Yeah,
Those were the HKPs, yeah.
Got through
fast
the
enough to
command
get a few
stack.
hits, yeah.
Reds out the CIC, reds out the magazine. Ooh, magazine
There's
goes
probably
down.
going to be a dead Acello here. Can't really turn. It's caught completely broadside.
Another big strike coming out.
The enemy is
Are these
securing zone
S1s?
Atlas.
Yeah, okay, so the S1's offensive. In fact, if these screen for the S2H's, could be some burnt out Auroras.
Is this doing anything? Yeah,
Yes,
okay, yeah,
it
it's doing
is.
damage.
It didn't
Oh,
do
well,
amazing damage, but
damage.
it did enough. S1s, you crank up their warhead size and fire them in big volleys like that. That was a cranked warhead, we can tell it was going real slow for an S1. Can be very
Hey.
effective.
And S1s can't even penetrate in an Acello unless they're max warhead.
There you go. Wait, that's not correct.
Yeah, max warhead is 31 centimeters,
Oh.
Acellos are 30 centimeters.
Sorry, I was thinking of S2 missiles because offensive S1s are... They're not very common.
No, they're not.
The
And
enemy
that is for good
secured Zone
reason.
Atlas.
Specifically, using them against anything other than shuttles is not very common. Or sprinters. Yeah, the shuttle surviving
This-
the 450 very effectively.
Yeah, this single shuttle overhead on B is distracting like an entire Axford that could be participating in the fight over
Yeah.
there.
On the other
Very
hand, this
effective.
empty surrender seal is distracting the entire,
Two SLs.
two Acellos, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this another strike into the Andalus head? I think it is. That's a waste.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Really should have fired at the other two, but I don't think it would have gotten through the point defense now that they're angled properly. A lot of 450 going into these voxels broadside. What's the engine setup in these voxels? Dragonfly Whiplash. Does somebody know something that I don't? I've been seeing a lot of dragonflies on voxels today.
No, those people are wrong.
Okay. See, that's what I thought. I'm
Oh, I
like,
didn't notice. Yeah, I didn't notice there were dragonflies earlier. Okay, this might not be my design. I'm not going to take credit for that because mine are Whiplash Raider.
yeah, you either want one whip, one raider, double raider, or whiplash and raider. And that's it.
I mean, I don't know. There is an argument for Dragonfly, but it can be pretty mitigated by, pre-positioning and having good game sense on how to point your bow. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that like Dragonfly is good at making your mistakes hurt less, but you'd be better off just not making those mistakes to begin with and having a better engine setup that helps you be in good positions to prevent those mistakes, right?
Yeah.
But we're seeing it. The voxels are turning really quick, but pre-turning.
They could have just started that turn earlier and they wouldn't
Yeah.
have had to turn quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
OSP's
insane.
recapping D with this LRT monitor here.
No way. Oh no. I think that's the ball game because OSP's managed to squeeze out a lead. They're up by 50 points, and now they're 4-1 on caps.
And this single shuttle on B is distracting so much Alliance forces here. Yeah, this is gonna be... Huh.
3,000 points of Axford's trying to fight this 150 points of nearly dead gun shuttle.
The enemy is securing Zone Atlas.
OSP got a good. That was a really cutesy play up on Charlie.
That was really smart. The double push.
Yeah, there was a point at which I thought Alliance had this. They had a solid lockdown over A and C, but then, yeah, that maneuver just basically peeled the whole position open, and they were able to push right through. And that capping shuttle in reserve, that going on to B, definitely, that also was a turning point.
Yeah, what OSP was able to do there was concentrate their forces from two different directions. Well, ANS had a lot of their forces on the other side of the map, and they couldn't get there fast enough.
Yeah, and now that ANS has rotated around and gotten their forces back into the middle of the map, it's kind of too late. It lost too much stuff, and now these voxels are having to split up and play on the run and cap points, but they're not splitting up enough. Problem.
The enemy secured Zone
I'm noticing there's no token offensive missiles on this Bloodhound monitor, which I think is a mistake. It's 1 point.
Oops. Enes gonna be able to get the Delta cap. as
The enemy
well.
is securing zone
Probably an
dagger.
echo cap. We're not out of it yet, but I don't foresee them coming back with how the positioning has been thus far. And Axford fighting Imperial monitors. Well, bow tanking, and the 450 monitor's just not really able to meaningfully damage it. It's pretty funny. Meanwhile, they're just eating their own 450 AP to the face. Oh, now he's firing HE. Oh my god, the damage. These things are getting devoured. Oh, big HEKP backpack missile strike on Season Generously. It's gonna destroy that. What is this? This is a 250 bulk fighter. Great angle for those HEKP missiles. Be up now by nearly 200 points and up 1 cap. ANS can take Echo. That's not going to be enough. Wallen's headed for Charlie. He's got these 2 monitors. Well, 1 monitor and a half. Well, 2 half monitors. And half a plasma bulker. Yeah, he could capture Charlie if he's aggressive and gets onto the point, because this Axford is in very good health.
I think they're gonna need a 4 cap at this point in order to bring it back.
I think so too, and I think they're gonna get it. The Wallen can get
Are
Charlie.
they?
Yeah, and the
They
voxels
need a
underneath
5
can
cap.
get Echo. And then
Oh. I
the
didn't notice the
L-wing
voxels.
can maintain Delta, and the Boots can maintain Bravo. But it's not enough at this point. It's too late.
I think that, yeah, they might need a 5 cap now.
936. It's 736. It's absolutely too late.
And this monitor on E is gonna tank long enough to prevent them from capping the point, so.
The enemy is securing zone eclipse.
Yeah, it's a monitor against 250. It's
They're
gonna
capping it
survive
now.
for a while. Okay, never mind. They just peeled off its. Okay, I'm wrong. They just peeled off its whole armament. Never mind.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, yeah, it takes a while for it to die, but it's still very easy to shoot all the guns off of a monitor, nose on. Even with the armor changes.
In that case, it honestly probably would have been best to drive tank.
Weirdly, yeah, in this situation, absolutely. As hilarious as that is. And the egg loss going on to Alpha, but not going to be able to cap it because the Shadow of Titan is here with its 120 barrel.
I can't believe that's actually paying off.
It
Just killed it straight up.
It kills it.
Directly to the basic CIC.
Oh my god. 120 on the ass, paying off. GG! The players are calling it. That was a great game. Oh boy.
That was very close.
Extremely close. Who the fuck do we interview? I want to grab Slayer and Dramus. Let's grab Slayer. Add Dramus. So, the game is over.
Yeah.
Players are calling it. Slayer, you brought 3,000 points of missile voxel. Cruise missile voxel. In a tournament map. And you did some pretty good work with it. What the... But that's very much not a meta build, especially right now. Why did you choose to bring that?
I was hoping to cripple any of the cap fleets because we were rather capital heavy.
It worked.
It worked pretty well. Yeah, you did some early strikes. You took out a lot of those shuttles very fast. Nicely done.
Yeah. Could have done better with the S3s though.
Yeah. Yeah, later on. Well, it was hard to do stuff later on in the game because of all the Ocellos on the field.
Yeah.
I was just curious about that because it's a very off-brand pick these days, even though it is one of my personal favorite builds. Dramis. You guys, you and Crow pulled off an incredible feint on to alpha points. Crow went up to Charlie and then backed off, and you went and took alpha while the Voxel team that was up on Charlie was distracted with Crow. Was that intentional?
Initially, no. I think eventually it was intentional. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
A lot of it was me initially fucking up, and then we kind of took advantage of Crow drawing their fire off of Alpha a bit, and then...
To be honest, we kind of expected Crow to be able to kind of sneak C off, but then when everything started moving off, we were like, well, time to push.
Yeah, it wasn't the most coordinated, because at one point Crow had to tell me that I can stop moving my EWR onto C. So, I mean...
So messy, semi-coordinated, kind of clusterfuck that managed to work out anyways.
Yeah.
That's about par for the course for Nebulous, I think.
Yeah, I think Crow definitely planned out capping C, and I planned out capping A. We just didn't coordinate those plans, but they worked out.
Okay.
I don't know if Mungo had a different opinion, because Mungo was also very much kind of involved with the A cap plan.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to push through the middle, and I felt like we could have held the A rock, but then when everything started moving off to defend C, that was the moment where I saw like kind of a weakness in formation. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was definitely not the plan. The plan was to steal C when they weren't looking.
All right. Back to wherever the teams are hanging out with y'all for y'all to talk about that match. Keep going.
Yeah.
Right.
It's best out of 3, right?
Yeah, that's the last game.
Okay, that was fun.
Y'all won both of them. Very nice.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
They were good matches.
Yeah. Can't wait for more! Alright.
So actually, something I did just notice, I forgot to ask Chaos about it, but he doesn't have any HEHC in these, or Grape, even though he has a teammate with Plasma.
Wait,
Oh,
Chaos?
yeah.
Chaos had... Hold on, Chaos had Plasma?
No, Chaos.
Oh, because he had
Crow
a
had Plasma.
teammate,
Chaos
right.
did not bring HEHC.
So, as a fellow 450 monitor enjoyer, those fleets run pretty tight on points, especially with the amount of DC that he had. I looked at them; they had DC storages and reinforced DCs. So, personally found it a little hard to fit in HEHC. I do think that neglecting Grape though is a mistake. Like I'd take Grape over HE. I'd go Grape and AP as like top priority, and then next HE and HC.
I run mine a lot later on DC, so I guess that's where I get the points for it. But
yeah, like it's debatable. Like having teammates with Plasma is a case where like the HEHC comes in really in handy, but if you don't, then it's just kind of dead weight. So
right, but
yeah.
he knew in this case that his
I guess
teammate was
you're right.
bringing Plasma.
You're right, actually, yeah, because it's a tournament match. There's no reason not to coordinate on this. So yeah, you probably should have brought some.
So I've been scrolling through the damage report, and OSP's pretty light on the damage right until you get to the last two Ocellos that Mungo Parker brought, and he did 40 fucking thousand damage on those Ocellos. 21,000 on one, 19,000 on another. That's incredible.
Yeah, they were like in the thick of it, firing for basically the entire match,
Yeah.
just slugging it out over A.
Yeah. All right. That was good. Hope y'all enjoyed that. The victory there, of course, went to Riders of the Black Horse. And that means they have won this set 2-0. They move on to the next round of the tournament. And they join. What other teams have moved on? I believe Buttery Tentacles has moved on. And
Corvus at Rostrum has moved on as
Corvus
well.
Rostrum. Yeah, that's Xenophon's team. It's moved on.
Yes, indeed.
Right. I look forward to more. I hope you do as well, dear viewer. We'll see you in the battle space. Good night.